truly believe and feel that this is one of the most special places on earth.
It's very diverse. It's got an abundance of native and wild fish. And for that reason, I think we just have to be extra cautious when we're down here enjoying it.
Talk to somebody who's never been out to the Metolius before, and you tell them about it. You can describe it, but there's no way to really have them understand it without bringing them out here.
The Metolius is a special place. It's a very beautiful river, and I catch a lot of fish, and I catch nice trophy-sized trout.
Metolius is one of those rivers that people say has been loved to death.
People should certainly come and experience this wonderful place. But because there's so much traffic here, hikers, sightseers, fly fishers, it gets a lot of use. So it takes that much more focus in order to make sure we keep it healthy.
And the banks were really stripped bare in a lot of places, completely bare. Quite a bit of siltation, which is a really bad problem because Metolius doesn't have flood events. It's a spring creek.
Coming in here during the snow, you would see runoff, so it would just be a real muddy, oozy mess in here.
Basically, the rivers naturally have fine sediment in them, but when you get excessive amounts of sediment coming in from the watershed, it can be detrimental to the eggs. Fish have spawned and laid their eggs in the gravel. It can fill in those spaces around the eggs and actually suffocate them from getting oxygen.
The goal of Trout Unlimited with the Metolius is to be able to still fish along the Metolius, but do that really carefully. So think through how we need to access the water, how we can also make sure that we're taking care of the riverbanks and taking care of the riparian vegetation next to the river so that there's good hiding places for fish, there's good insect life, and for us, the recreational experience along the river is still a positive one. Trout Unlimited is working with Deschutes National Forest and working with Friends of the Metolius and the National Forest Foundation.
We just chew this up really good and place a few other boulders in here. Right. Do the catch basin thing here.
So we as partners are working on design for some of the stream bank stabilization and restoration work. And we're out here with anglers that really love this place and can help us to design those sites.
See that little natural drainage, so that anything that comes down will hit it and then flow back. That's what I'm thinking.
If we all come together and get all parties working together, I think we can return the Metolius to what it was 40, 50 years ago.
I have been involved in the restoration project, starting with some advising where good places to put the woody debris would be, placing the logs so that they don't interfere with great fishing holes. It was great to be a part of it. It felt like I was giving back to the river I love the most.
Love to get the kids outside because I feel like there's so much learning that occurs outside the walls of the classroom.
We want to look for fish to maybe go fishing or just look for the fish. Sometimes we want to look for birds that are out on the water. But if people walked from the trail to the river, back to the trail, back to the river, and they kept doing it in different places, what would happen to the soil and the plants that could change the area?
If you want to have future stewards, you can't just expect them to be that way. You have to actually, I think you have to nurture that. And you have to, for that, you have to make connections. And the kids have to make connections, and it has to be meaningful for them. So if you're telling them about, oh, we need to protect this land, and they've never been there, and they've just seen pictures of it, well, that's fine. Kids are pretty empathetic naturally. But if you can bring them out somewhere so they have ownership over that, then you've created that within them, and that will just continue to grow. At Trout Unlimited has been incredible because it allows the kids to really feel a part of it in a meaningful way and feel like they are making a difference out here, and they are making a huge difference.
With restoration, it's really sort of setting a better path. And so with the work that we're doing, it's the beginning for some of these areas to recover. So it will take time for the vegetation to grow up. It'll take time for the roots to be able to spread out into those stream banks to help stabilize them. And so we do expect probably 5 to 10 years of growth to be able to help really stabilize and improve that area that we've worked on.
The Forest Service and the Sisters District started putting woody debris back in the river. And within the last 4 years, I think the fishing has improved probably 3 times over.
So our hope for telling the story of our work out here on the Metolius River is that we want to inspire folks to get involved in some way. If they love to recreate along the river, to help spread the word of the importance of being a steward on the river and helping to take care of it in some way. So our hope is that folks see themselves as part of the solution, that they can take the little things that are needed to be done to be a steward of the river and take care of it for our future.
More people come together, the more people that really know what the river is about, and they'll take ownership, that will help improve things long term.
If everybody could remember one thing, it would be staying on the designated trails to protect that fragile vegetation so we have this beautiful area for our enjoyment and generations to come.